Hi, my name is Greta Gook. I'm the Youth Services Librarian at the Detroit Lakes Public Library. Today I'm going to be talking about and giving reading suggestions for 7, 8, 9-year-olds, 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade, kind of those middle school age kids. And specifically maybe kids who are kind of reluctant readers, we'll call them, wanting to read chapter books, just getting into reading chapter books, but maybe still kind of bridging that gap. So books that really appeal to that age group. I'm kind of focusing towards boys, but certainly girls would be good for any of these suggestions. But boys, just because sometimes they do struggle to find things that appeal to them a little bit more. So hopefully these book suggestions will help you help your child find something that they can read and really enjoy, because I think, at the end we really want kids to be reading for fun, which, woo, crazy, but that is really the goal, because once you can read for fun, you're going to be learning, you're going to be improving your reading skills, you're not going to be forcing your kid to read, you're not going to be, standing over them, keep reading. Hopefully you're going to be, okay, put your book away, it's time to go to school. Making them stop reading is really what we want. So here's just some suggestions today, but certainly anytime, feel free to stop in the library, ask for Greta if you have, a particular age, or, want any suggestions for your kid. Hopefully I can try to steer you in the right direction. So for the first book, and a lot of these books are series, which I think is really nice, because once a kid maybe starts reading one of these books and really likes the characters, really gets into it, then they're not just finishing that, okay, now what? You can usually go on to the next book and read quite a few books after that, so that's really nice. So this series is the Galaxy Zack series, and this is really a beginning chapter book. And something that makes it really nice is you have shorter chapters, shorter words on the page, so it's not as intimidating as getting into a big chapter book. It's also illustrated, which you're going to see with a lot of the books I'm going to share today, is that they're kind of bridging that gap between going from the picture books, your early easy readers, which definitely rely heavily on the illustrations, and still incorporating that illustrations, which can definitely help kids keep their attention. It can help with reading comprehension, so maybe they're struggling to understand something they're reading, it's supplemented with the illustrations to kind of help them understand more what's happening in the story, and really just meant to be fun and meant to keep their interest. So Galaxy Zack, this is an 8-year-old boy who is moving from Earth to the futuristic planet Nebulon. The year is 2120. So we kind of get into space aliens, outer space travel, and this is book 1. Right now they're on book 16. So this would be a great series for someone who's just starting out reading. As I said, shorter passages of words on the page, but still a really fun story, and a chapter book that can get them going with chapter books. I'm just going to briefly mention Captain Underpants. Hopefully you've heard of him. There are 12 Captain Underpants books, kind of the same style with illustrations, really throughout the book, and it's also kind of a mashup of the book and comics, which I'll put a plug in for comic books, for graphic books. The kids are reading, it's helping their comprehension, and it's a great way for kids who may be a little bit reluctant. Diary of a Wimpy Kid is a really good option. Ricky Ricotta's Mighty Robot is by the same author as Captain Underpants, same style. Big Nate Blasts Off. These are all kind of in the same realm of chapter books that really rely heavily on their illustrations. Another good one is the Yeti Files by Kevin Cherie. This is another really good for beginning chapter book readers. And And so it's a longer book, but it again relies really heavily on the illustrations. This one, the main character is a Yeti named Blizz Richards. So a lot of fun characters. The Matt Christopher books are good early chapter books, focused on kids. They're all sports related, so that's a really good option for boys and girls who maybe are more athletic minded, not so much reading, but here they blends the best of both worlds where they can be reading about sports. And then John Cheska is a great author who really is really funny, really engaging stories. He has a series, The Time Warp Trio, which really brings kids into historical events. And then he has a series, Frank Einstein, which is more science-based. The I Survived books, a big plug for these ones. These are historical fiction, so really focused on historical events, but kids really can get into these, and it's, again, a beginning chapter book. Thank you.